Hi everybody, welcome. My name is Elizabeth Willett, Senior Fertility Herbalist with the Natural Fertility Company. We are the naturalfertilityshop.com and naturalfertilityinfo.com. Hi everyone, hello, hi, thanks for saying hi. Welcome to Thursday. I hope it's nice where you are. I know last time I came to you it had just rained and we were flooded, but today it's really sunny and it's nice. It's a perfect fall day actually. Hi. Welcome everyone. So today I'm going to talk to you guys about preconception and pregnancy energy boosters. Many things that you can do in both while you're preparing to conceive and in pregnancy, some of which are specific to this time of preparation and when trying to conceive, and others that are a little bit more specific maybe to pregnancy. Last week someone asked if we could do a periscope on energy boosters in pregnancy, and so I thought, why not? It'd be a perfect time to actually cover it. I actually woke up a little bit tired myself this morning, so I thought, ooh, I should just refresh myself and then share what I learn, or relearn, I guess. So let's just jump right in. These are things you all know. I promise you all know them. I'm going to reiterate some things maybe that you're like, yeah, I get it, or why does they keep telling me I have to do that? But anyway, they're just tried and true ways to keep your energy up when you're trying to conceive and even in pregnancy. So number one is eat well. We talk about the fertility diet all the time, but this truly is essential. Eating well and eating really nutrient-dense foods is important for boosting your energy levels. You should start your day with breakfast every day. It sets the tone for your metabolism and your energy levels throughout the day. Breakfast does not have to be huge. It doesn't have to be elaborate. It can be a homemade granola and yogurt and some fruit. It can be a fertility smoothie. It can be green juice that you juiced yesterday. Green juices shouldn't be too old, but it can be something super simple. I love yogurt and fruit. I love a hard-boiled egg. You know, you can make 12 of them or more, or however many you want at a time, and keep them in the fridge. And hard-boiled egg with a little bit of tomato or avocado on some sprouted green bread is delicious with a little salt and pepper. It doesn't have to be super intense. You don't have to be scrambling eggs and cooking some sort of meat, or having a huge pot of oatmeal on the stove every morning. You know, there's some things that you can try and do and just stick in the fridge and eat throughout the week as well. But whatever you want, start your day with breakfast. Choose a breakfast that includes protein and complex carbohydrates. I'll get into that in just a little bit, but start your day with breakfast, please. Fertility smoothies are awesome for that. Make sure that you eat one dinner plate sized, like big plate sized salad that's full of the rainbow of colors of vegetables every day. So eat the rainbow like you've heard before. One huge salad every day if you can get it in. Obviously variety of greens, romaine, spinach, dark green leafy veggies. Cover it with something that's red, orange, yellow, green, blue, purple. Do it. I mean, there are foods. Purple potatoes, lots of berries that are purple. Obviously tomatoes and peppers are red, and citrus fruits and peppers are orange and yellow. There's yellow squash and zucchini, which is green. You know, all sorts of things. You can make these wonderful salads. It's really about just throwing all of the things that you love on a plate and covering it with a little homemade salad dressing and enjoying it. You know, you can put nuts and seeds and beans on them. We all want recipes. I get that, and maybe looking at a few recipes will get you motivated just to start throwing your own things together. But choose foods you love. If you love those foods, you're more likely to eat that salad in the entirety of it, and do it daily. What else could you do? I mentioned smoothies, of course. We talk about smoothies on our website. We have a 10-day fertility smoothie challenge. They're amazing. They're mostly fruits, but some fruits and veggies and a protein source mixed together with fertility superfoods if you want. These superfoods are great for boosting energy levels. Things like maca, for example. Maca is a wonderful fertility superfood herb that is high in vitamins and minerals and phytonutrients and amino acids. It naturally contains these things that are all energy boosting. So a whole foods diet not only provides you with these amazing foods, but tons of vitamins and minerals, things like vitamins like vitamin A and C and B vitamins and antioxidants, which help our cells produce energy. Minerals like magnesium, which helps the body convert energy or food into energy. Amino acids, which are I'll explain just a little bit the building blocks essentially for providing the body energy and helping fight fatigue. Essential fatty acids to help regulate insulin levels and the fluctuation in insulin levels throughout the day. Typically when insulin levels fall really low is when we have that low energy. So making sure that we eat things that help us sustain insulin levels throughout the day. But essential fatty acids also fight inflammation. And even if you don't really feel that inflammation is happening, I mean, typically we do. Typically inflammation comes with some sort of pain. But even if you're not certain it's happening, at some level each of us does deal with a little bit of inflammation, and that's tasking on the body. It can really make the body spend a lot of energy on fighting inflammation. So eating foods that help your body manage a normal inflammatory response is helpful. And then complex carbohydrates for fuel. So a little bit more about the protein piece in the meal. Protein is essential because it's made up of amino acids, which are the building blocks of the body that provide energy and help fight fatigue, obviously important. And then balancing a meal with equal amounts of protein and complex carbohydrates helps to raise blood sugar slowly versus having that huge spike and then the big crash. And will help you sustain energy levels a little bit longer throughout the day. So in terms of protein, think nuts and seeds and nut and seed butters. Homemade are best, but if you don't have time, it's fine to purchase them. Cage-free eggs, organic and grass-fed lean meat is fine for most women. Protein powder, Fertility, our product line, has a protein powder that's amazing. And beans, things like that. Spirulina or spirulina is a plant source of protein. What else? I said beans. And then I wanted to cover a little bit more about complex carbohydrates because I'm not sure everyone understands that entirely, but not all carbs are bad. You don't have to hate carbs. There are so many diet fads that lead us on these no-carb adventures, journeys, and there are other diet fads that focus more on carbs than protein, but really truly for fertility purposes it's about balance. And in terms of complex carbohydrates, these are foods like beans, peas, whole grains, and vegetables that provide you not only with complex carbs, but tons of nutrients, vitamins and minerals and phytonutrients and antioxidants, but also fiber, which is important for hormonal balance and digestive health. And then I wanted to share with you 10 high-protein vegetables that are also complex carbs. So if you want to get out a pencil, go ahead, or pen, take notes, type them out wherever you're at, or of course listen again. But these 10 foods would be awesome to include in your daily diet. Peas, that's green peas, spinach, kale, broccoli, sprouts like broccoli sprouts, mushrooms, please choose organic. That's not something we often hear, but organic mushrooms are truly the best. Brussels sprouts, and artichokes. I'm not sure if you love Brussels sprouts, but it's a Brussels sprout time of year where I am in the fall, and they're delicious roasted. But things like Brussels sprouts, kale, and broccoli are cruciferous vegetables, which give you protein, give you fiber, and are also a source of DIM. You may have heard or read about DIM. DIM is a nutrient, a phytonutrient from cruciferous vegetables that helps the body properly metabolize excess hormones. So from those foods, you're getting all of these things: vitamins, minerals, phytonutrients, fiber, complex carbs, protein, and it's helping your body process and get rid of excess estrogen. So truly, eat them a lot if you so choose or like. I mean, I know not everyone likes cruciferous veggies, but it's amazing how different a raw Brussels sprout is versus a roasted Brussels sprout that you've sprinkled a little salt and pepper and maybe even some balsamic vinegar on. Try it. It's amazing. So anyway, I hope that I gave you some ideas of some really good foods to include in your diet. We talked about fertility smoothies. We talked about maca, fabulous for energy boosting, and then some other things to consider in terms of diet. It's very important to limit your sugar intake. And this is white, refined, simple sugar-filled foods. So processed foods, high glycemic index fruits, even though some of us can eat them just fine. So if you don't have insulin resistance, diabetes, prediabetes, or you don't have an issue with insulin levels, like a medical health issue with your insulin levels, it's okay to have some fruits that may be higher on that glycemic index once in a while. Energy drinks, soda, anything that would have a lot of, that white refined sugar like we measure out to pour into our baked goods, things like that. And then, of course, stay hydrated. I don't think people understand how important water is because it's kind of just something we talk about nonchalantly. Energy levels, your mood, your ability to think clearly, and digestion can all be impacted on some level by even just mild dehydration. I think that some of us, myself included, sometimes rely on other beverages thinking, oh, I'm drinking, I'm staying hydrated. I'm guilty of having coffee in the morning, a lot of coffee in the morning, but we really do need water. And you do get water from of course, a little bit of water from fresh squeezed juices and from your herbal teas. So that can be included. But if you're not staying hydrated, your digestion, your mood, your energy levels can all be impacted. So be sure to stay hydrated. I'm hammering in on the diet piece because it truly is important, but it's really not all. So let's move on. Exercise is also important. You know this. You know you have to get up and get moving. Exercise causes the body to release endorphins in the brain, boost insulin to regulate energy levels, and promote better sleep. It's important to get moving. We lead sedentary lifestyles. We commute in cars, we sit in cubicles and at desks at work. We get home from work and we're mentally exhausted, so we plop down on the couch or lay down in bed and relax for a little while. And while that feels awesome, it is important too. It's also important to be moving. So try, if you can, to exercise for 30 minutes at least 5 days a week. And I don't mean you have to go to the gym. You don't. You can go for a walk in your neighborhood. You can get outside and get some fresh air and briskly walk for 30 minutes. If you have to set your timer on your phone, do it. Set your timer for 15 minutes, walk until it beeps, and walk back. I've done that before when I only have a limited amount of time. And don't be afraid to bundle up. I haven't melted from walking in the rain, and I think that it's really a fun experience on a really gentle, nice rainy day to bundle up and get my umbrella out and go for a little walk. Your toes might get wet, but you're getting outside and you're still moving, and you're getting some fresh air, which is important too. So anyway, walking is awesome. Walking is fabulous in pregnancy too. Fertility yoga. I don't know how many of you are familiar with the Restoring Fertility Yoga for Optimal Fertility program that we sell at the Natural Fertility Shop. But we recently all did it as a team. We went through each phase of this yoga program. There are actually 4 different sets on 2 discs. There are yoga poses you can do during your period, and then some different ones and modifications for yoga poses that you do during the follicular phase as well as during ovulation, and then after in the luteal phase. And I was surprised at how amazing it is, right? Someone's just saying I bought it, it's amazing. I was truly surprised. I'm not a yoga aficionado. I love it. I love when I'm in a class and someone can teach me how to do things properly. But I did this in the comfort of my own bedroom in preparation for our, our group talk about what this yoga was like. And it's really, they make it doable. They make it easy. They make it specific for each phase. So there's some that you can actively participate in your energy levels and in your fertility health by doing these yoga poses. And while it's beneficial to do each phase as it's laid out, it certainly can also be helpful if you're just having a day and you're a couple days before ovulation, you can jump on, fast forward to the follicular phase of this yoga program and just do a few poses. I was surprised at how good I felt. It's a really great program. And it's backed by science and doctors. It's created specifically for those of you on your fertility journey. Not for in pregnancy, but those of you trying to conceive and preparing for conception. What else about exercise? Clean your house. Clean your house with intention. If you get moving and you sweep your floors or Swiffer and then mop them, and you like mop right after sweeping or Swiffering or whatever you do, you can actually work up a little bit of a sweat and be a little bit tired, and that is considered exercise. You will see sources that validate that cleaning your house is exercise. So do that. Dance like nobody's watching. You guys, I know you've all been there. I know you have songs that you love that you tap your toes to or that get your shoulders swaying. I remember years ago, I won't give you the stories, but I was going through a little bit of a hard time in my life and used to crank this one song and just dance my heart off. I'd shut the blinds, shut the doors. No one else would be home, but no one else could also see in if they were driving by my house. And I would just dance like crazy. It didn't make sense. It wasn't like skilled dancing by any means, but I was tired and I was breathing really heavy. I needed a drink of water when I was done. And, while it only took about 10 minutes, that's about how long the song was, it still got my heart pumping, and that's considered exercise. So if you have music you love, it's a great way to release stress and pent-up energy, but also to get moving is just to dance. And then while we're not affiliated with this business or program, I truly love a YouTube video that's 10 minutes. My coworker Sonia, who's on our customer care team, introduced it to me and to the team, and I am amazed. It's called Fitness Blender's Crunchless Ab Workout. I know ab thing, and people are opposed to doing abs, but this is not at all hard. I don't like to go to the gym. I don't like to be watched. I really don't want to spend the money. I don't feel like I can get away from my family as much as I would need to make the gym benefit, but this 10-minute, I'm not kidding you, 10-minute crunchless ab workout makes me sweat, makes me pant, I'm out of breath, and you do it while you're standing in your living room. And my little dudes, I have 2 sons, which I've shared before, but if you didn't know that I have 2 sons, they jump along with me. It's awesome, and it takes 10 minutes. It's 9 or maybe 10, it makes sense that it's 10, but I think it's 9 different moves that you do while you're standing that are known to work your core, and it's on YouTube. It's called Fitness Blender's Crunchless Ab Workout. They have, go ahead and contact our customer care team. Sonia's on today, and she'll know exactly what I'm talking about. But hi from Sweden. It's really easy, and it's fun, and you're standing, and you move, and you feel it in your abs, and you feel it in your thighs, and it's quick, and it's super simple. Anyway, that's my little plug for that 10-minute video. It's just super easy. So now we've been through diet and exercise, 2 things you knew, right? But now we're going to talk about acupressure. There are several acupressure points that benefit fertility health, 2 of which are more specific to helping with energy levels than the others, but there are certainly sequences that you can do and many you can learn. We have information for you that we're willing to share, of course. But I like acupressure personally. I found it to ease a lot of my worries in some anxiety-ridden situations, but it can ease muscle tension, promote circulation, and enhance the life force energy of the body. So I'm going to talk to you about 2 different points that I learned this morning that I was reminded of, and I'll show you how to do it. Acupressurists just use their fingers. It's free. It's easy. You do it in your own home. You can learn online on naturalfertilityinfo.com for free, and there are copious videos and programs out there that are free. But the first energy point is called Governing Vessel 26, and it's right in the middle of this little ridge between your nose, right smack in the middle between your nose and your top lip. And so I want you all to do this with me. And what you do is just I typically use my dominant hand, but whatever feels best in your pointer or your middle finger, and apply firm pressure. I mean, you should feel yourself pushing on this spot and pushing on your teeth, or your lip on your teeth. Don't push so hard that it hurts, or hurts your teeth or your gums. But you just want to apply fairly firm pressure here for about a minute. You can move in small clockwise circular motions if you want, but it's just about applying pressure right here and deep breathing. I'm talking now because it's the purpose of teaching you, and I need to be talking, but you wouldn't be talking. So deep breathing, in big belly breaths into your belly, through your mouth and out through your nose, at least 3, but if you want to more, while you sit and just be quiet. So that's the first governing vessel 26, right in the middle between your lip and your nose. And the second one is on your belly. It's called REN 6. It's located roughly 1.5 inches below your belly button. So find your belly button. I don't know, I'm not going to show you my belly, but find your belly button and then go about 2 fingers below, and right in that general area is Ren 6. This is supportive of overall body vitality and energy, and I guess overall health of the body. And it's good if you feel exhausted, ready to give up, and need more energy. Same thing goes here. Firm pressure, probably with 2 or 3 fingers, so your pointer, middle, and ring finger, or pointer and middle finger. And you can do small circular motions, just tiny circular motions if you want to, while sitting quietly and doing that deep belly breathing in through your mouth and out through your nose. So yeah. And most likely when you're stimulating Ren 6, especially for those of us who aren't acupressure aficionados, I guess, or practitioners, we're probably going to be stimulating Ren 4 as well, which increases circulation to the uterus. So definitely a beneficial point. You probably aren't going to feel that increased circulation, but just trust that you're applying pressure in this area is increasing circulation and going to help with these things. Acupressure is based on years of use and research in traditional Chinese medicine. It's just like acupuncture, or similar to acupuncture, except without the needles. And I should tell you a little bit more about governing vessel 6 too. It's really good for energy and revival if you're exhausted, stressed, or if you've been through trauma or traumatic loss, or any loss really, like a pregnancy loss, miscarriage, things like that. So utilize those acupressure spots. Someone's asking, how long do you hold pressure on Ren 6? About a minute, at least a minute. You can hold it a little bit longer, but go for about a minute and give yourself a little bit break, and you can do that 2 or 3 times. That should be fine. It really doesn't take all that long to make an impact. And if you're sitting quietly and doing your really deep belly breathing in through your mouth and out through your nose while applying pressure to that spot, you should feel your body slow a little bit. Your heart may slow a little bit. If you're having an anxiety-ridden moment, that you should feel that subside a little bit. Hopefully you do anyway. So, all right, eat well, exercise, try acupressure, and sleep well. Sleep is a really tough subject to cover. I could give you a million ideas, and many of you will say, I've tried that, hasn't worked. Some of you may say it works for me. We're all very different. I prefer interrupted sleep, but it's not my reality. I'm up almost once every night. It seems to be like that 2 to 3 o'clock hour, which from my understanding is when my liver starts to kick in and start doing its work during the day, which would make sense. I mean, obviously, if my liver is at its most active time in the day, I might wake up. But anyway, it might be different for all of us. And I just read a practitioner, actually a natural health care practitioner's idea that it is perfectly okay to sleep for 3 or 4 hours, be awake for an hour, and then sleep for 3 or 4 more hours. That is actually a healthy sleep cycle for some of us. And I was really intrigued by that. So I am trying to give it a try. I'm trying to find a way to wake up and do something mindless, or when I'm awake, when I wake up, do something mindless. Like read a book that doesn't require me to think a ton, or just sit and journal, or just sit quietly. I have a couple of lovely nighttime teas that I like to make and sit and sip on in the chair while I'm wrapped in my blankie at 2 and 3 in the morning. I'm not kidding you. And then I usually get sleepy and can fall back asleep. Sometimes it's in that chair or on the couch. Oftentimes it is back in my bed. And I typically am not too tired when I wake up in the morning at 6:30, 6:45. So it's working. But ultimately what you need to do is create a really safe and sound and comfortable sleep environment for yourself. Find what works. Try some, nighttime, sleepy time teas before you go to bed. Or if that makes you get up and go to the bathroom, don't have too much. Maybe a sleep-promoting herbal extract would be better. And then if you do wake up, don't sit there and beat yourself up about being awake. I do that all the time. I love warm milk and cinnamon. It helps me fall back to sleep. That sounds awesome. I love milk, but milk doesn't like me. Long story. But that does sound lovely. If you like milk, warm milk with cinnamon sounds delicious. I have a tea that's hops And yes, hops that they use to make beer, but the hops flower, and lavender and chamomile that even if I just let it steep for about 5 minutes, it's awesome. Kefir would be worth a try, absolutely, if that works for you. It's tasty. Anyway, ultimately what it comes down to for sleep is just to find a way to create a really safe and quiet and comfortable sleep environment. And if you wake up in the middle of the night, just go with it. Try not to lay there thinking, why am I not sleeping? Why am I not sleeping? Because that's going to keep you awake even longer. Try to change your position in bed, or turn on your Himalayan rock salt lamp. If you don't know about those, Google that and learn about them. And read a book. If that would interrupt your partner's sleep, do that in a different space, in a different room. But try to sleep as well and as much as you can. Especially important when you're trying to conceive and charting your basal body temperature. Yeah, I could go on forever, but ultimately it is about what works, finding something that works for you, because what works for me may not be your favorite thing. So work at that. All right, and then of course there are herbs. So many of you are taking so many things that do help ultimately with your body and maintaining energy levels. But if you're interested in trying herbs, there are wonderful herbal combination products, but even herbs like ashwagandha, schizandra, and maca, as I mentioned earlier, are great adaptogens. Focus on adaptogen herbs that meet the body where its needs are. They're typically nourishing. They're almost always nourishing, but balancing to the entire body and help relieve stress. And then, of course, managing stress is also really important for keeping your energy levels up. When you have chronic stress and you're just depleted mentally, and your body is in this heightened state of stress, you're not going to have a lot of energy. So certainly try to manage your stress. So much of this is also applicable in pregnancy, but some of it isn't. Of course, diet is important in pregnancy for maintaining energy levels. Keep eating your organic pregnancy diet filled with organic meats and vegetables, dark green leafy veggies, fruits, coconut oil. Take your whole food prenatal multivitamin and your omega. I love our former senior herbalist Daylene's 3 Ps infusion. The 3 Ps stand for preconception, pregnancy, and postpartum. So this is for all of you, no matter where you are in your journey. The herbs in the infusion are nutrient-packed. They provide plant-sourced iron to keep iron levels up, which is really important for those of us who menstruate, right? And it's soothing to the digestive system. So if you are interested in this herbal tea, the 3 Ps tea, I've used it a lot, actually. I love it, even now when I'm not trying to conceive. But we can get you the recipe. Contact us through thenaturalfertilityshop.com. But also in pregnancy, exercise, it's no different, except choose a prenatal yoga program. But walking, prenatal yoga, swimming feels awesome when your belly grows and you get big and you start to waddle. I love swimming. There are lots of places where you can swim for very little money or for free, like YMCAs. Some clubs have swimming pools and will let you have a day pass. But leisurely stationary bike riding can help in pregnancy as well. And then I'm sure some of you are wondering why I said coconut oil and how that would help with energy. But coconut oil for all of us, preconception and in pregnancy, is a medium chain fatty acid that supplies the body with healthy saturated fat, which is necessary for energy production and hormone production, but all over proper body function for our muscles. We do need healthy saturated fats for healthy cholesterol production and, like I said, hormone production and energy production. So definitely learn more about coconut oil, but it also has lauric acid for those of you who are pregnant, and I guess not, but it's found in breast milk for baby's immune function, your immune function in pregnancy and baby's immune function, but also for those of us who aren't pregnant, definitely helpful for immune system function. Coconut oil and lauric acid have been found to be antiviral, antibacterial, and can kill parasites. So all of that boosting your immune system function, which can be healthy or helpful for those of us entering the fall and winter, the kind of sicky, icky time of year. And certainly greens in pregnancy and not. Greens all the time. You may have heard about Fertility greens, our greens powder our greens powder from Fertilica, our line of products. Product was the word I was looking for there. But in pregnancy, Fertility greens is not suggested, so you would want to consider something like a pure powdered organic spirulina. Spirulina is actually a plant source of protein as well, which we talked about earlier, remember? How important protein is. So mostly in pregnancy, in terms of energy, which is what this person asked for in my last Periscope, you have to remember and know that it's totally perfect, okay, and normal to have your energy levels wax and wane. You're making an entirely new human inside your tummy. You're going to be tired. That takes a lot of energy for your body, and a lot of energy as you begin to grow, a lot of energy to carry the baby. So know that your energy levels are going to go up and down. It's normal and it's okay. If you're concerned, please do talk to your doctor. I mean, if you can't get out of bed, you may want to have that conversation with your doctor. But in general, if you wake up and you're tired, especially early in pregnancy, through that first trimester, it's okay. That's the way it is. And you will feel an energy surge as pregnancy progresses. As you enter the end of your second and third trimester, you're going to feel more energetic. That naturally does happen as a way to tell your body and tell your brain that it's time to nest and get ready for that baby to come. So anyway, it's all normal. But to recap, for all of us, we need to eat well every day. It's certainly okay to have a day where you fall off the wagon, so to speak, and have a little bit of chocolate, sip on a tiny bit of organic decaf coffee, go out and have lunch with a friend and have a drink. Not in pregnancy, please. But there are times when it's okay to just take a little break from being so regimented. But in general, focus on that whole food, nutrient-dense diet. Exercise daily. Don't be afraid to go outside. Dance with your doors shut and your windows shut. Clean your house. You don't have to go to the gym, but get moving and exercise. Try acupressure. The 2 points we talked about are the governing vessel 26 and REN 6, which is down by below your belly button. Sleep. Get as much sleep and as quality sleep as you possibly can. And then try herbs if you want to. And in pregnancy, definitely keep eating right. Exercise with pregnancy-friendly prenatal exercises. Make sure we all stay hydrated, definitely. And and sleep well in pregnancy too, as well as you can. So I hope that gave you some ideas. I hope that you find a few things that work for you that don't require that you take one more supplement if you're already on a natural fertility program and you're feeling like you're taking so much stuff. But there are certainly herbs that are liquid or in capsule that can help, and that you find what works for you for maintaining your energy levels. I wish we could all have a walking group. I walked through both of my pregnancies, and I can't tell you how great it felt. There were days when my husband was like, let's go, let's take the dogs for a walk. And I was like, I can't, I'm just achy, I don't want to go. He's like, come on, honey, you got to do this. And he certainly helped me there, but I'm really glad that I did walk then. And getting in a routine, it helps you make it a habit, makes that new routine a habit. And then when you don't walk, you'll miss it and want to go for another walk or have another salad or whatever it is. All right, ladies, thanks for joining today. I want you to have an energy-filled day. So go make a smoothie, go have breakfast, go for a walk on your lunch break, hike up the stairs, shut the doors and dance. And then hopefully you'll sleep well tonight. And if you're up from 2 to 3 o'clock, think of me and I'll be thinking of you, sending you calm, loving energy. And we'll see you next week. I'll be back with another topic. Not exactly sure yet, but I think I'll have some props if I'm going to do the one I'm thinking of. So anyway, thank you for the hearts. Thanks for joining. I'm glad it was helpful. You all have been great, and have a wonderful, energy-filled day. Great. Bye.